Right. Okay, so it's about 5 minutes in. So I believe I should start talking about this lovely substance, which is the Peppermint Beauty Water. So you might be asking yourself, Julie, you've sure used a lot of that this month. Yeah, it looks like I have, but what happened was I think last week, the middle of last week, I was using some in the morning during my routine, and I accidentally knocked it over, and I lost quite a bit. So sadness, but I didn't lose all of it. There's still enough here. Quinn says it's going to be 91 tomorrow. 91 where you are, right? And Akron is where you are, Quinn, right? In Ohio. So, yes, it was very hot here today. I don't know. I was just like, could not believe how hot it was here. Yeah. Good old climate change. Yay. All right. So, moving into the Scrangels. Okay, you can buy this full size on Sabbatical Beauty website, and also in a sample size. It's already available. You don't have to wait for this to launch. You can get this now, I believe. And what this is it is a light water that you can cleanse with and also kind of refresh with. So it has some silk proteins in it which allow it to take off sort of like and cleanse your face. It doesn't have kind of quite the same cleansing power as like, a foaming cleanser, but it does cleanse your face. And so there are different parts of your routine that you can put this in. It's a micellar water, so you can use it to cleanse. So basically what you do with this is you grab a cotton pad or a cotton ball. I have a cotton pad here. And you take your peppermint water, open it up, and you put a little bit on the cotton pad or cotton ball, which is what I'm going to do right now. And just put some on there, not too much. Just dab it on there a little bit. Make sure you can see how much is on there. Yeah, not too much. Hi, Sasha. Nice to see you. Thanks for stopping by. And before I go too much farther, I have to tell you that this stuff smells so good. And for me to say that is about something that has mint in it is very, it takes a lot from me because I don't hate mint, but mint is not my favorite. I don't really like mint in food except if it's like mint chocolate. That's the only time. And basically only at Christmas. But this, because I feel like mint is very, very strong. When it just generally, when you see mint in food products or any other kinds of, toiletries or whatever products. If there's a lot of mint products on the market that are very strong, either in taste or smell, and that is very bad to me. I don't like that. When I actually hate the taste of minty toothpaste so much that I tried like tons and tons of different toothpaste. I ended up going with Tom's of Bane Fennel toothpaste because it was the only toothpaste I could stomach using, and it has no mint in it. It's fennel. That's how much I really dislike strong mint. But I like this because to me, this mint is so pleasant. The mint in the peppermint water is so incredibly pleasant. You smell it, and to me, it smells like a peppermint patty. And y'all, I love peppermint patties so much. It might seem strange. I said I don't really like mint, but I love peppermint patties. I love mint when it is very natural tasting and smelling and not too heavy or cloying. So hi, Anne. Thanks for coming by. And that is what this smells like. It has that really nice, appetizing, tantalizing scent of mint that something like a peppermint patty or a mint chocolate thing would smell like. And therefore, I like it, and therefore I've been using it. If it smelled like you just cracked open a box of Altoids and like took a bath in them, I would be not happy with it. Hi, Dale. So, back to how to use this. So I put some on here, put some on a little cotton pad, and all you have to do is just kind of rub it over your skin. So that is what I'm doing right now. And it's very refreshing, but it's not And I'm gonna take my glasses off and just kind of finish here. It's very refreshing, but it doesn't sting at all. You know, it feels just kind of nice and cooling, but not with that, like when you put like icy hot and stuff on your muscles, like that's not like that. It's cooling because it's a liquid product. And the cooling is sort of enhanced by the very gentle scent of the peppermint, but that is basically how you use it. And it is cleansing. And there's a little bit of grime on my face that it took off. Would you be okay with seeing my face grime? See, I cleansed this morning with my bamboo foaming cleanser and did my routine. But it's been, it's been throughout the day, and it's like 8 o'clock now. It's been about, 12 hours since I, cleansed myself. So, and I was outside today and, out in the world and had some sunscreen on, whatever. And a little bit of grime on the pad. Would you like to see my grime? I'll show you my grime. Look, it took some of the grime off of my face, the grime of the day. Look at that. It cleansed me. I'm cleansed. Yes, so it takes that off. It definitely is cleansing, even though it's not like a foaming cleanser. So a whole bunch of little hearts just popped up, so that lets me know that people are down with my grime. Hi, Dale. Thank you so much for joining us. And I just realized, like, people post their grits whenever they get the grits out of their face when they're doing the grit part of their routine, and they like show everybody the grits. So I shouldn't be sad to show you, like, my grime. This is my grime of the day. This is my day grime. This is my going to do a bunch of errands and then coming home and doing some work and cooking grime. I took it off. Yep. So how do I use this in my routine? It is very easy, Quinn. Quinn says it's very easy. It is. It's great. And I'll tell you a couple of ways that I use this in my routine. Hi, Bethany. Hi. What I like to do with this is sort of two things. One of the things I like to do with it is to use it in my routine on days where I use it in my evening routine on days where I have worn a lot of makeup. So when I wear makeup, if you guys know me, you know that I'm a makeup coach, but makeup is a big part of my life. I love to put on makeup. I don't ever, really go for myself for like the just light stuff. I usually kind of go full on. So I have a lot to take off at the end of the day. And so I do actually more than a double cleanse. I do a triple cleanse to get all my makeup off. Sometimes even more than that. So I use a oil-based cleansing balm first, and then I use the foaming cleanser next, usually the bamboo. And then as a third step, to kind of make sure that I'm super, super clean, I use the peppermint water as the third cleanse in my routine. So that's where I use this in an evening part of my routine. On days where I have worn makeup. Just want to make sure that I got it all off before I go to bed and that my skin is looking good. Yeah. The other time when I use this is in the morning when I want to do a very, 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 very minimal routine. I'm talking super minimal, where I'm tired or I'm just feeling lazy or I have to kind of like get out the door and run somewhere. And I will get up, and I'm looking at my face, and because I've been using the summer box for, 2.5 weeks now, my skin is looking great, but I do want to cleanse in the morning, so I will swipe my face with this on a cotton pad, and that will be my cleanse, and then I will follow that with the red wine press serum and some SPF, and that is my morning routine on days where I'm feeling very lazy or really want to do a minimal routine. I did that yesterday, actually, and I was fine. Hi, Dana, and hi, Fawn. Nice to see you guys both. Yay. Glad you're here. So that's where I use the peppermint beauty water in my routine. I either use it for a very minimal first cleanse to wipe everything off in the morning and follow that, with some pressed serum and some SPF, and I'm ready to go. Or I will use it during sort of after my double cleanse to sort of make it a triple cleanse if I've worn makeup. quite a bit throughout the day. And then, of course, for refreshment, as you saw, it took some nice grime off my face. Let me show you the grime some more because I'm like real into it. Is anyone here like into Dr. Pimple Popper at all? Is anyone a pimple popper? Popaholic? Is anyone popaholic? I'm kind of into it. I'm going to admit it is fascinating to me. So, you know, seeing like the grime and the stuff that comes out of people's faces is very fascinating to me. When Dr. Pimple Popper came on to YouTube and I started watching her, I was like, y'all, I should have been a dermatologist because I could do this shit all day. I could pop people's disgusting, you know, carbuncles all day and not be grossed out by it. My husband, on the other hand, cannot even, if I'm watching Dr. Pimple Popper, like he can't even be in the same room. He's so grossed out. Yeah. So if you're a pimple popper person, can I get a hell yeah? Pimple popping, grossness, bodies. Dana says, me, I love her. Yes. Dana, Dr. Pimple Popper, oh my God. And I have to really restrain myself from popping my own pimples. But yeah. So, you know, that watching Dr. Pimple Popper, you know, is probably a good thing if it keeps you from popping your own pimples, because you're not supposed to pop your own pimples. Dana says, my husband thinks I'm sick. My husband thinks I'm sick, Dana. Phil, if you're still in there, give me your thoughts on Pimple Popper. Anyway, yeah. So Dr. Pimple Popper, Popaholics are proud. She's got to be doing something right because she's got like millions and millions of subscribers. So Popaholic. Anyway. So does anyone have any questions about the Peppermint Beauty Water or want me to talk more about anything about it? It's a simple product, but those are just some of the best things that you can have, you know, in your routine. Phil, who is my husband, says he can't even with Dr. Pimple Popper, and he really cannot even. I have to warn him if I'm watching a Pimple Popper video because he like has to go in the other room and, you know, make sure he doesn't throw up. So this evening I have a nice seltzer in my tin cup here. Show you my seltzer. And it is the mango grapefruit seltzer water from Kroger, the simple organic. This is really good. We bought this on sale this week and it is so delicious. You guys, mango grapefruit, tasty. Very good. I'm always drinking a new kind of seltzer every time I'm on here, it seems like. All right, so one of the things that I am doing this week, that we're all doing this week with our product reviews in week 3, but is 2 truths and a lie. So I think all of us did this during our intro videos, but we're doing it again. So 2 truths and a lie. And I'm going to tell you 2 truths and a lie about myself, and you guys guess which is which. So, Dana says, I don't know why, but I always catch myself holding my breath when I watch it. Yeah, I kind of do too, like right at that moment before it pops, and it's like before a sneeze, you know, you're just like waiting for it. Hi, Debbie, nice to see you. Yay. We're talking about popping pimples, which could be awesome for you, could be gross for you. We don't know kind of your stance vis-a-vis pimple poppers. I'm a popper, and Dana's also a popper. We're pop fanatics. We try not to pop our own zits, but we watch Dr. Pimple Popper. All right. So. Oh, one thing I should mention, since my husband's up in the comments here, you see him right there. Tomorrow is our 2nd wedding anniversary. Yes! Yay! Tomorrow we celebrate our 2nd wedding anniversary, me and my husband. And even though it's only 2 years that we've been married, we've actually been together for about 10.5 years. We started dating in New Year's Eve 2007. So yeah, so like about May, this time in May, it's about 6 months after. So yeah, 10.5 years together, 2 years married. Tomorrow, yay! Yay us! Sasha says she's nauseated now thinking about it. I'm sorry, Sasha. I won't talk about pimples anymore. Thank you very much, everyone. We are going to keep it low key tomorrow and do a little cookout. And I don't know. Probably just like bum around. I start my new job on Tuesday, so yeah, just gonna get ready for that. Thanks, everybody. Hi, Ann. So, yay. All right. So let's do 2 truths and a lie for me. And you can guess. So I'm going to say 3 things. 2 of them are true. And the third one, or one of them is a lie, I should say. Oh, no, I messed it up. That's okay. All right. Okay. So 2 truths and a lie. Here we go. Fun fact number 1. I hate peaches. All right. Fun fact number 2. I was named after Julie Andrews of Mary Poppins fame and Sound of Music fame. And fun fact number 3. I once owned a cat that had thumbs. It's fun fact number 3. Okay. So which of those is the lie? I'll say them again. I hate peaches. I was named after Julie Andrews. I once owned a cat with thumbs. And thank you very much for the anniversary wishes. Yes, Ann says, my husband and I were together 7 years before we got married. It's 50th anniversary to celebrate. For sure. Phil and I timed the thing pretty well, like, you know, our like get together on New Year's Eve and then Memorial Day weekend for our wedding anniversary. So holidays for everyone. Quinn says number 2 is a lie. Any other guesses? Dana also says number 2 is the lie. Foon says 3rd is the lie. All right. Any other guesses? Debbie says number 2 is a lie. Gab says number 1 is a lie. Oh. Sasha says number 2 is a lie. Whoa. Any other guesses? I'll go through them one more time. Number 1, I hate peaches. Number 2, I was named after Julie Andrews. Number 3, I once owned a cat with thumbs. Phil asks, is Phil trying to confuse or help? I've been asking myself that question for 10.5 years, Foon. I still don't have a definitive answer. Well, I'm waiting for any other guesses to come in. So you guys could probably, I should sort of zoom in and kind of show you what my skin's looking like today. I have my glasses on, but I don't have any makeup or anything on. As you can see, I've got a couple, I got a little blemish here on my chin. I think that's hormonal. Now that I press my hands on my face, it's starting to get red. But I think that you can see the redness in my cheeks is really starting to dissipate quite a bit. Yesterday, and I think I posted about this yesterday, my cheeks were kind of red, and I think that was because I was out in the sun for about an hour and a half because we went to the farmer's market. I did have SPF on, and then later that evening I made stir fry and I put like 6 serrano peppers in it, spicy, and those can cause you to flush a bit. So I had kind of redness in my face, but when I woke up it was much better. Yeah. But, you know, my cheeks aren't doing too bad. A little bit of peppermint water did soothe them a bit. Foon says, I like your natural colors. Now, thank you very much, Foon. Last night also, I used a sheet mask. SB doesn't stock any sheet masks. But I had a sheet mask I got at the drugstore that was, it was honey and lavender, and it was really nice. And that was really fun to wear. So that's cool. And I also have some of those little sheet mask tablets that you can soak in something like the Peppermint Beauty Water and put on your face. So that's another use for that. I know that Sabbatical Beauty sells the those little sheet mask tablets that are in the little packaging that you can soak in whatever you want, like an essence or a moisturizer or a micellar water like Peppermint Beauty Water. That's what I would use. And then you can, it's, you know, once you soak it in there and it absorbs all the liquid, you can put it on your face just like a sheet mask and it'll really keep your face nice and hydrated and be soothing. So that's another use for this. Pretty cool. All right, so the answer to the questions, 2 truths and a lie, let's reveal. I hate peaches. That is true. I really don't like peaches at all. I don't even like the smell of peach. And I know that there were those palettes that came out from Too Faced that were like the sweet peach palettes, those makeup palettes. And I like some of the colors in them. I haven't been able to buy them or do anything because I hate the smell of peach. So for me, that was like a no-go kind of marketing thing. I don't like peach, don't like to eat them, don't like the smell of them, hate peach. Number 2, I was named after Julie Andrews. That's a lie. No, I was not named after Julie Andrews. Even though I love Julie Andrews, and one of my favorite movies of all time is The Sound of Music. She's my girl. I love Julie Andrews, but I was not named after her. I don't think that I was named after anyone in particular. My middle name was my mother's maiden name. So my mother's maiden name was Rose, and that's my middle name, and it's also my sister's middle name. But my first name, Julie, I think it was just my parents liked it. I was originally, fun fact, this is true, I was originally going to be named Julianne, like Julianne Moore, spelled exactly the same, Julianne, but my parents thought it was too long and hard to spell. I kind of wish they would have given me that name anyway, but people still would have called me Julie anyway, so whatever. And then, of course, the third one, that is the truth. I did own a cat with thumbs. His name is Buster. He was a polydactyl, Hemingway polydactyl, so he had extra toes on his front and back paws. So when he would put his little hands out, his little feet out, he had, you know, like how cats usually have paws like this, but he had extra toes, so he kind of like looked like this when you would see his paws kind of sitting on the, you know, on the ground. Probably some of you have seen these cats before, or maybe you even have one. They're so cool, right? You know, they have these little like mitten thumbs. They're super cute. And Buster, my cat, who was a Hemingway polydactyl, was just like the sweetest cat in the world. He was one of the most social cats, probably the most social cat I have ever seen in my life. He would just come right up to anyone. Like a lot of times cats are skittish and like you open the door and they run for the hills. But when I would open the door to my apartment for like the cable guy, Buster would come right up to him and just like want to sit with him. One day the cable guy was in my apartment like hooking up the cable, and Buster jumped on top of the television and was like looking down at him like, "What's up, bro? Who wants a picture?" I'm not sure if I have any pictures because I don't have him anymore. Because I had him for about 3 years. During my PhD program, I adopted him as a rescue. And we found out that Phil, my loving husband, was severely, severely allergic to cats. And he still is. Like so allergic that if he'd gotten cat juice on him, he would have died. I know I just said cat juice. That's gross. Remember when he attacked Jen's sandwich? Yes, this cat Buster, Phil remembers, was just the funniest cat. He would just go for anything, steal stuff. He stole a Christmas cookie off of the table when when I took him home. He was the best. So unfortunately, because Phil was allergic, and Phil even went to an allergy specialist to try to see if he could deal with the Buster, but there was just no way. So we found another home for him with a very nice family who had 2 little girls who played with him all the time and loved him. So he's living if he's still around, he's living the high life in Michigan with a nice family there. So anyway. Gab says, my cat runs over to any new people that come into my apartment and advance beside him. Well, then your cat must have been like Buster. He was he was a unique dude, and just, you know, some cats are just super social and they're super fun. Actually, one of the people in my program, in my PhD program, when she met Buster, called him Dog Cat because he was more like a dog than a cat. Yes, he is happy somewhere. I would not have given him over back to a shelter. I didn't want that for him. And Phil was super understanding about that and kind of put up with him until we could find a home for him. And we found a nice home for him, and I felt happy about it. And yeah, so, and now I have dogs, and now my house is filled with dogs. So, but anyway, it's about 8:30 now, and I've told you lots and lots of stuff about myself and about cats and things. So does anyone have any other questions about peppermint and beauty water? Or any stuff I could tell you about it, or what it's been like using it for the last couple weeks? I love this. It's great. I love how refreshing it is. I love that I can just, on days where I'm very want to do just a minimal routine or be very fast with my routine, I can just sort of swipe it all over my face and it cleans me really quickly. Love it. My cat L is secretive. He only warms to certain people, and if he does that, he's like a dog. That's cool. Then he's very selective. Like you said, he's very he's very finicky about who he's into. So if he likes somebody, then they're probably a good person. So yeah, for sure. All right. So if there's no other questions about peppermint beauty water or anything, I want to leave you with one thing. Recommendation for something to watch on Netflix. So before I came up here to do my live, I was we were finishing dinner and we were watching Netflix, Phil and I, and there is this series on Netflix that is so great, and it's called The Toys That Made Us. And it's a documentary series. It's a lot of fun documentaries, just short, maybe about an hour long each one, about different toys that are big in American culture. And there are 8 of them now. There is one about toys, Barbie, He-Man and She-Ra, of course. I was stoked about that. There's one about G.I. Joe. There is one about Transformers, which is what we were just watching, which was a lot of fun. There's one about Lego, which we still need to watch. There's one about Star Trek toys, and then there's one about Hello Kitty. Y'all, all right? So we've watched all of them except the Lego one, which I think we're gonna finish up watching tonight. And it was just so much fun to watch this series, very bingeable, really fun. They talk to some of the people who created the toys. They do a lot of great research on them. They talk to people who invented the toys. They talk to people involved with making any of the other media. They're super fun. Yes, so for sure. Foon asks, comparison with the other beauty water. Let's see. I think I tried... What's the other beauty water I had? Oh, I like that. I think Tea Tree. There's Tea Tree beauty water, right? I like that one. I really like this one in particular because this has such a beautiful smell to it. Like, it just smells so good to me. So whenever I am using it, it's really a pleasure. And that for me is really important. Like, when products smell good to me, I really enjoy using them, and I really am big into kind of like the sensual meaning of the senses experience of using products. So when products smell good, I'm really into them particularly. When products don't smell good, like, I don't even want to use them, no matter how great they are. So this one, I really love the scent of. I do like the scent of tea tree as well, but this one just smells like a peppermint patty, and who wouldn't want to smell that all the time? So I think in terms of its effect on skin, this one's pretty comparable with the other beauty waters. There's really nothing too different about this one, but the scent is really cool. So it's sort of just like what you prefer. What are your favorites? If you really love the scent of peppermint patties, y'all, you got to try this. Get on this right here. Or like Thin Mint Girl Scout cookies. Like, so this is that, but it won't, it's not, it won't, if you're on a low carb diet, you can totally do this instead of, eating a sleeve of Thin mints, which is what I would do anyway. But I don't have any in the house, so I've got this instead. So. Hi, Darcy. Yeah, I was doing laundry earlier, or folding laundry earlier. So anyway, any other questions about the beauty water before I sign off and go watch our Lego series? So yeah, the series on Netflix is called The Toys That Made Us. I will pop a link in there. You definitely should check it out. It's bomb diggity, great series, and you should definitely watch it while you're putting beauty water on your face, and you'll just have like the best night. All right, I'm gonna sign off. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday night, guys. Enjoy the holiday weekend. Get some delightful grilling in, or eating something that is casserole shaped, or perhaps enjoy a beverage or two. And I will see you soon. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.